deathmatches are really important for different aspects. First of all, crosshair placement. The best way to train it is in the deathmatch. The second thing is how you feel in the map. What I mean by that is the way you move in the map. Yeah, you feel more the distance between angles. You feel more the map in general, which is good and which is gonna help in ranked as well. So the problem that everyone have in the deathmatches is the way they play them. The main thing that people do wrong is they are not actually trying to play the deathmatch. They're not actually focused on it. They're not trying to control their movement, their crosshair placement. They're lazy. They're just pre-aiming angles, come behind angles too much, play maybe too much passive with sound, or they tilt. And tilting can lead to not being focused, which is then leading you to not gaining as much as you can from a deathmatch. And then why are you even playing it? Why are you even playing it if you're not getting what you actually should be getting? You're just losing your time. Yeah. The first thing you need to do is actually try. And what I mean by this is you need to actually focus on the deathmatch. You need to focus on the way you're aiming, focus on your movement, try to focus on everything, focus on the deathmatch, focus on the fights that you're about to have. Yeah? The way you pick, you have to be ready. Okay? You wanna focus on one fight, then on another fight. Do not start turning around left, right. Just have your fight that you're ready for. The second thing that actually will help you a lot in your deathmatches is, since you can't focus on everything at once at the beginning, because there are just a lot of things that you have to improve on yet, what I suggest is deciding what are you gonna train in the deathmatch before the deathmatch actually starts. Yes, and for example, before you start the deathmatch or as soon as it started, you say, okay, in this deathmatch, what I wanna be doing is I wanna be focusing on my crosshair placement, and that is the main thing you're gonna be focusing on. Yeah, movement picking is important, but it's gonna be secondary in the deathmatch. So you're just gonna be trying to get as much precise and good crosshair placement as you can. Yeah, and for your crosshair placements, to improve your crosshair placements, there are actually some boxes placed on the map that can help you to understand where is actually the head, the role of the head. So obviously it's not on like every map there is one of it, but there are, and they actually can help you sometimes to understand what is the level of the head. The first thing is you need to focus on your crosshair placement. So for example, if you start the deathmatch, yeah, apart from the fact that you're focusing mainly on your picking, let's say in this deathmatch I want to focus on how I pick, you should not completely lose your crosshair placements. Yeah, you still want to try, it's secondary, but you still want to try and be as much perfect as you can. Yeah, like in the best case scenario, you are focusing on all of these things at once. Yeah, since you can't, you focus on one thing mainly and the other are secondary. But what it means, it's that you're still focusing on them, just not, that is not the goal of your deathmatch. Yeah, but you're still focusing on them. Okay, that is really important. The fifth thing is angle clearing. This is for me one of the most important things, and it is how you clear your angles. So basically you want to try and be as far as you can from the corner, because we all know that if you are too close you see less than the enemy see before you. Yeah, so you want to be as far as you can from the corner, and you want to be tracking the corner. Yeah, without your crosshair being actually on the wall. So your crosshair has to be distant just enough for you to, when you see an enemy, actually have the time to react and shoot him. Yeah, because if your crosshair is too much, if it's on the wall, you're gonna need to flick, which is just bad, and it's just worse for you. You're doing it wrong, because at that point it's not helping you, it's making your life worse. Yeah. So you don't wanna either have it too close, because then you just don't have time to react. So you wanna have it a little bit away from the wall and just track the corner you're clearing. Yeah, this is really important for your deathmatch. And every time you play or you pick or you're going somewhere, your crosshair wants to be holding a corner from which enemies can pick you from where you expect them to come. This is really important because in ranked this is gonna help you a lot. Okay. The second thing is picking. So angle clearing and picking are similar, although picking is really important to train DMs, as it's one of the things that might help you in your ranked games the most, because what people actually think they're doing wrong is picking, but what they're actually doing wrong is angle clearing. So what I mean by this is angle clearing and picking are two things that go together. And what I mean by this is before you pick an angle, so you actually want to be trying to pick and pre-aim a little bit, but not too much. You know, people tend to exaggerate and do big pre-aims that just lead to their death. Yeah, you want to be angle clearing, and then before, just enough, like when you're about to see the angle, the position that enemies are usually in, yeah, you try and pre-aim and actually pick that position with your crusade placement perfectly positioned on it, yeah. And you want to be picking like in this way only angles that actually enemies are usually playing in. You don't want to be clearing like angles where enemies cannot be, like they usually don't play, yeah, off angles. You just want to try and pick this way angles where you expect enemies to be, yeah. And important thing is to pick angle by angle, so position by position. Do not rush doing it too fast, yeah. Going on, we have the seventh thing, which is do not rush and do not camp. This is really important. What I mean by this is you don't want to be staying in the same position and play too much sound. Playing sound is okay, not too much, but a little bit, because then if you don't play sound, you're just gonna be lost in the map, yeah. So you wanna still play it a little bit, not too much. And you don't wanna be playing in the same position for too much time and just holding an angle. Holding angles is good, and it's something that you should be training in your deathmatch. Just try not doing it too much, yeah. If you are in the same position for like 20 seconds, that's too much. Just move, go around, pick, you know, anyways, something like that. And do not rush. So actually, you wanna sometimes, when you have a position, stay in that position and do not rush out, because then when you rush out, you're just gonna be lost because you have no cover and they can hit you from different angles, yeah. So you're not just ready and you're not gonna gain anything from it. What it actually leads to, you tilting, yeah. And this is actually the 8th step. So do not tilt, yeah. Why we don't want to tilt is, so first of all, I don't want you to look at kills, because kills are not important. What is important is what you gain by playing this deathmatch. Tilting, what tilting does is just guides you into playing DM in the random mode. What I mean by this is just rushing too much, and basically you're not gonna get anything from the DM. So the more you're gonna tilt, the more you're not gonna get anything from the deathmatch. And then not only you're tilting, so you're playing the deathmatch without having fun, without enjoying it, yeah. You're tilting and you're not getting anything from it. So not only you're playing something that you actually don't want to be playing, but in the meantime you're also not gaining anything from it. And then it's just like you lose from two parts. The next step is precision. Try to be as precise as you can. What I mean by this, you don't need to be playing Guardian or the Sheriff. Sheriff is fine. I do not suggest playing Guardian though, because Vandal or Phantom is the main gun that you're gonna be playing in your ranked games, yeah. And that's what you wanna be playing, because that's what you wanna be trying and improve and feel the burst, the control of the gun. Burst, by the way, is when you shoot 3-4 shots, then you stop shooting so your recoil can get back down, and then you start shooting again. That is like bursting. So precision, and you wanna try when you flick, for example, to take your time. So different people have different needs, and what I mean by this, they need less time to flick and be precise with it. Somebody need more time to do it, to do a flick. Anyways, try to be as precise as you can, yeah, because if you're just randomly gonna flick at it, you're not gonna gain almost anything from it. You're not gonna actually improve, yeah. So, but what I mean is, when you're doing this, it doesn't mean that you have to do it too slow. Yeah, just try to be precise, and in the meantime, as fast as you can as well. Yeah, like you don't wanna be too slow, because at that point you're not gonna be able to kill anyone. Then the last step that I actually wanna be talking about is spray. So I think what a lot of people have learned or seen on YouTube is, oh, spray is bad for, or heard anyways, spray is bad for you, you should not be spraying. But this is actually not true. I've seen a lot of guys that I've been coaching that they, in their run games, have a lot of problems with the spray in that matches. And the problem with that is that by bursting is good on a distance that is like really long. Yeah, on a long distance fight, bursting is the only way you can do. Even though even there you can spray. The thing is, by bursting so many times, you are giving time to the enemy to just spray and kill you, because once he hit you, you cannot really move, and you're still bursting, but you're not really moving, so you're just losing time by waiting for your recoil to get down. So what I suggest to do is not insta spray, but I suggest to do one burst and then start spraying after that if you do not kill him with the first burst. Yeah, and on a close distance, I suggest just spraying. Just try to spray. Obviously, do not just try to, like, you know, it's difficult, but do not just try to insta spray without precision. Actually try to be precise, and then you can try to spray as well. Yeah, but anyways, what I suggest is one burst and then spray, which is the best thing. Retrain your spray control. The best way to train it is in the range, but in that matches as well. In the range, go to the range and actually try to spray, to train your spray transfer. And one thing is, pro players, they actually spray. Pro players spray, and they have so good mechanics anyways. So you might say, oh yeah, but they never spray. No, but they do, because spray sometimes is the only you can do. And the spray transfer, for example, when you're shooting at somebody and somebody picks you from the another angle, spray transfer is the fastest way of shooting at the other guy. Yeah, and this is really important. Now, these are the key factors to have a good and useful deathmatch, after which, even if only a little smallest bit, but you got better and learned something. That is the most important thing, yeah? Obviously, this will require a lot of time, because improvement takes time. Just like with things in real life. For example, when you go to the gym, you're not gonna have a perfect body after a month, yeah? You need to be consistent with it, and it's gonna take you a long time. The same way is Valorant and with deathmatches, yeah? But knowing already on what you have to focus on and how you need to play them, having the best training path is what actually makes it easier for you and faster for you to improve. Now, with this, we are done for today, for this video. I hope I've been useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.